Hey, what's up everybody? I'm SuperSonicJB. Happy Valentine's Day to all those who celebrate it. Now, last year, I went and celebrated Valentine's Day by doing what any sane person would do. Their taxes. But it didn't go so well, so I'm gonna try something new this year. Now, it's every weeb's dream for anime girls to come to life, and honestly, that sounds pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and try something interesting here. I'm gonna summon my own harem of anime waifus. Oh, great waifu in the sky. Please, give me my own harem of anime girls. Oh, something's happening. Yes, it finally worked. Now I have my own harem of waifus. Oh no. They're all tsunderes! I take it back! I take it back! I should have just played a dating sim! Dating sim games. What can I even say about them? They're games that let you date the man or woman of your dreams. You know, in a fictional environment. Most of the time, dating sim games end up being visual novels that feature a lot of storytelling and cool visuals. I'll be honest, I didn't really play many visual novels until after Doki Doki Literature Club came out. But I will say, I've really been enjoying a lot of the visual novels that I've been playing lately. Now, lots of these visual novels that I've been playing involve anime waifus. Because come on man, who doesn't love waifus? And it's basically become a tradition for me to review a Dating Slimshots visual novel for Valentine's Day. Now there's a ton of great waifu visual novels out there, and it was pretty tough to pick which one I wanted to review. But I eventually decided to take a look at a game called Sugar Style. It's a visual novel developed by a company named Smee, who's made several other visual novels. The story is about a young man whose family gets into serious debt, so they leave their old hometown to start a new life, and our main character ends up attending a vocational college, but when he arrives at his new dorm, it turns out it's a dorm for girls only, and he's the only boy. So now he begins his new school life while living with a bunch of women surrounding him. The game mainly focuses on you hooking up with one of the four main heroines. The plot is simple, but interesting, so I thought it was a pretty good pick for this year's Valentine's Day dating sim. It came out in 2021 and has tons of great reviews online, so that's a plus. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at Sugar Style. I will say the game's title screen is pretty cute here. Hey look, the blonde chick is practically doing that one Hestia pose. After we enter our first and last names in, we get the option to start from the prologue or common route. Since I've never played this game until now, we'll start from the prologue and see what it's like. We start off with our main character admitting that he's some kind of pervert. Well, off to a fantastic start, I see. We see him in the dorms with the four main heroines staring deadly at him. They must have saw his hentai collection or something. No, it's not what you think! He monologues in his head about how he's tried to act like a good person all his life, but now with these girls in his life, he might be doomed to become a pervert. Hey man, hot anime girls will do that to you. Just ask this guy. Anyways, we see the game's logo, then go back in time, where the story of this game first began. We see our main character arriving in this new town, where he'll be going to college. We arrive at our new school, Shirai Ernest Academy, and tagging along with us is our childhood friend Akira. I wonder if he's seen the movie Akira. Anyways, we arrive at the dorms, and say goodbye to Akira, since he won't be living with us. And we're about to take our boxes of stuff inside, when we find a random woman sitting in a box outside. What is this, Nekopara? We ask her why she's sitting in a box, and she says she was sitting there to reflect on her actions. But she doesn't even tell us what those actions were, and when we ask her what exactly she did, she just yells at us. Yep, she seems like the tsundere type. We tell her that we're moving into this dorm, and she freaks out because this dorm is supposed to be an all-girls dorm. Our main character freaks out too, but he also admits that this is basically paradise for him. Thankfully, the whole freakout situation doesn't last long, and we both come to the exception that I'll be moving in here. We find out this girl's name is Mao, and then we meet two more characters, one being the caretaker of the dorm, Aro, and the other being a short-haired energetic girl wearing a shirt that says Trophy Wife in Training on it. And her name is Erica. After meeting those two, we head to our room, and right as we're unpacking, our main character is changing into a new shirt, and then this other girl walks into our room. Oh god, it's gonna be one of those games, huh? Yeah, pretty much our first meeting with all four of the main heroines doesn't go very well. I mean, one we found sitting awkwardly in a box, one we scare off by being shirtless in our room and try to show her our weird birthmark too, another one we find naked in the bathtub and she thinks we're a thief, and the last one we find outside by a tree, and we start to weird her out by saying some weird things. Four main girls in this game consist of Mao, Hare, Ichika, and Kaname. They all have different and unique personalities to one another. Some I like, and some I'm not a big fan of. Like Mao here, who's pretty childish, and a bit tsundere, and can be teased pretty easily. I like her design overall, and I think she's pretty, though she can be a bit annoying at times when she gets mad at you and starts yelling at you. Then there's Hare, who's literally the very definition of person who walks in the room at the wrong time.
Yeah. Oh, it's not what you think!
Hare is a lover of sports, but has a pretty delicate side that you get to see at several points in the game. She definitely yells a lot too, but I will admit, I really like her design overall. Then there's Ichika, my personal favorite character in the game. She's a kind and mature woman who helps clean and cook for the dorms. She's a romantic woman who acts all loving and nurturing towards her protagonist. So, she's basically the mommy figure in this game, huh? Then there's Kaname, who is a new student at your school just like you. She acts all graceful and mature, but she's a huge tease who loves trolling people. Hey, at least she's hot, right? So yeah, those are the 4 main girls that you can date in this game. As per usual with these visual novels, you have to play through the main story, and if you make certain decisions, you'll unlock one of the girls' routes. The main story pretty much just follows the protagonist's daily life of living at the dorms and getting to know the girls. Now I will say the humor in this game can be a bit much at times. There's adult jokes everywhere, and the MC is definitely a real pervert. But then again, so is everyone else in this game. There's a ton of cliche anime humor that you'd see in harem animes that can be a bit cringy, which does get kind of old pretty quickly. Yeah, there was a lot of points in the story where the dialogue made me cringe, and some characters would just yell and scream at each other, and I didn't like that very much. However, when you finally start playing through the routes, the game does get a lot better. The girls in the MC all have pretty great character development, and romancing the girls feels rewarding and satisfying. Now, one of the main gimmicks this game has going for it is picking a job to do that'll help you earn a girl's trust. You can do housework, doing cooking and cleaning stuff. You can be the carpenter and do all the manual labor yourself. You can act as security and protect the dorm from pests and get the girls home safely. And you can be the entertainer who brings fun to the dorms. Each choice has specific outcomes that can affect the game's story. So if I chose to do housework, then I could see some special cutscenes with Ichika. However, these decisions do not affect your overall choice to date someone. So just because I'm an entertainer doesn't mean I'm going to have to do Kaname's route. You get to choose who you want to date later on. I think this feature is pretty nice. But I do wish you could choose different jobs at different points in the game. You only get to choose one job per playthrough, which means if I'm doing housework, that's all I can do for this entire save file. I did settle on doing housework, but it was mainly to see these cool scenes with Ichika, aka my favorite mommy, or wife, or lady, whatever. Another thing I quickly want to mention is the game's art style. I'm a really big fan of it. Heck, it's one of the main reasons why I chose to review this visual novel in the first place. The girls all look really beautiful, and the backgrounds are really cool too. The music in this game is fine overall, but honestly a little forgetful. So yeah, in the end, I thought Sugar Style was a decent visual novel, but it's definitely not my favorite. The story is pretty mid overall, but the routes and character development are really good, and it felt good going on dates with the woman of your dreams. The humor was cringe at times, but there's still plenty of funny moments here and there. I feel like this game is around a 7 out of 10 overall. It's no DDLC or Princess Evangel, but it's still better than that one Grasshopper visual novel I talked about years ago. Okay, anything's better than that trash.
So yeah, that was Sugar Style, and yeah, like I said, it's an alright game. The story isn't exactly the best, but the routes are pretty cool, and the art style was really awesome. There's definitely some better visual novels I could have played for Valentine's Day, but oh well, sometimes you gotta try out some new stuff. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go back to praying to the great waifu in the sky to get rid of these freaking girls over here. They're annoying the shit out of me!